Alright, hello and welcome back everybody. It's time. It is pre-release time and we've got the product in and ready to open. So I'm going to go over everything that comes in. $30 is what you're going to need to participate. It gets you the Spark of Rebellion pre-release box, a special deck box here for you, and a limited edition Star Wars Unlimited, I don't know, I think this is like an initiative marker. And look, up there, not for sale. You can only get it through this event. So make sure that you're getting in here. Again, it starts on the 1st when this video is posted. And we're going to have an event. If you want to come in on the 1st and see if anybody wants to play, then feel free to do so. Come into the shop, ask, get your stuff, play some games with people. But we're also going to be doing the official or a bigger event scheduled on the 2nd at 5 p.m. So if you guys want to get in on that, that's what you can expect. And let's just get into this. So we've got this pre-release box. What we're going to be doing is not using the starter decks like I had originally thought. There are 6 booster packs in here, along with some special edition or promo versions of Luke, Skywalker, and Darth Vader leader cards. You're going to take those 6 packs, make a deck, and play with it. So it's a sealed event. And everybody's going to be on the same playing field, so you don't have to worry if you don't even know how to play or if you don't have the good cards yet. Everybody is going to be at the same level. So I'm going to open this up, see what we get inside. I've been dying to figure out what's going to be in here. Oh, there's another deck box in here. You still get this special version here with the Luke, or is there a Vader or different artworks of this, or is it just Luke?
It's just the Luke that we have.
Just the Luke right now. Oh, this is a token box. Excuse me. So we've got the packs. Let's make sure we got them all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, these are thick. There's 16 cards in each pack. So I was wondering how we would be making a deck, because I believe the decks are 50 cards. You will be able to do more later. So we've got building a pre-release deck. We'll read over that in a second. We've got our markers. If you don't want to buy any of the stuff here, the acrylics are a little expensive, but that's all right. We've got the setup, how to do all your rules and whatnot, and we'll be here in the shop to tell you, because we've had a little bit more experience with getting that done as well, playing the game, learning the rules, figuring out what we did wrong. And here is a special promo here. Is it? I think it's, yeah, it'll be both. So here we go. In the pre-release, your pre-release deck is built from the cards you open from your 6 booster packs. You must have 1 leader, 1 base, and a minimum of 30 other cards. Okay, so the pre-release is 30 cards in your deck, and you'll be able to mix and match and do whatever. So these should all be built, packed so that that works that way. Leader, you may choose any of the 6 leaders you opened in your packs. So each pack, I guess, does have a leader, or one of the 2 promo leaders in the pre-release box. So Luke and Vader. So you got 8 to choose from. Your leader provides either a heroic or villain icon, along with one of the other 4 aspect icons. I don't really know the name, so blue, green, red, and yellow. You may choose your base, any base you opened in any of your packs. You may choose any base with 30 health and no ability. So it has to be a non-ability base. Some bases will have abilities for a health reduction, I believe. And that base provides a blue, green, red, or yellow icon. Even if you didn't open it in your packs, you can borrow a copy from another player, from the tournament, or from the tournament organizer. Okay, so bases are a little bit more flexible there. And then your deck, the remaining 30 plus cards of your deck. So a minimum of 30 cards. You can do more in your deck, I suppose. I'm not seeing a maximum. Can include any of the units, events, and upgrades from your packs. There's no limit to the number of copies of each card in your deck. If you opened 4 or more copies of a card, you can use them all. That's interesting. Okay, so that's a little bit different from the actual 1v1 gameplay, which is a 3-card limit. It's best to include only cards that match the aspect icons provided by your leader and base, since other cards incur a cost penalty. So that's still the same thing. It's going to be custom deck building in page 20 of the quick start rules. But if you need to include a few cards of any other aspects, you can always use them as resources to pay the aspect penalty later in the game. So there you go. You can just throw some extra cards in if you want, and those will be your automatic resources. If you've watched our How to Play, you know what that's about. If you haven't, go do it right now. Stop the video. Go. Right, it's on the channel. I'll have a link to it. Just make sure you watch it. All right. Just kidding. Anyway, let's see what these Luke and Vader's about. Ooh, paper. I like that. Recyclable. Oh, ooh, ooh, look how shiny that is. That's fantastic. So it's the Vader that you saw in the video that you just watched after you paused. This side is not shiny. But then we've got Luke here as well, also shiny, a little bit more blue, and that artwork right there. Very cool. All right, so these guys are going to go right over here. I'm going to replace those with mine. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with these. This might be my deck, and I'll kind of go through my thought process. You guys can figure out what you're going to counter me with when we get to the event on Saturday. I'm just going to be busy. We got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out on Friday. I'm going to be super busy with that. But otherwise, as soon as Saturday hits, boom, right here, playing the game. Alright, so we've got Jyn Erso as a leader. I believe she's from Rogue One? Yeah, alright. For an action, you can attack with a unit. The defender gets -1/-0 for this attack. That's pretty good. So you can keep your stuff alive a little bit more, and it allows you to attack with that action. So it's all in one. And we've got our base, Chopper Base, which has the yellow symbol. I will figure out what these symbols are. You know, I'm going to pause the video real quick, and I'm going to go in and look and see if they have the names, and then we'll... Okay, sorry, this is going to drive me crazy. Blue is Vigilance, green is Command, red is Aggression, yellow is Cunning. And of course we have Heroism and Villainy, which are basically your different types there for alignments. Okay, so this is a Cunning. I'm going to set this off. I'm going to keep this over here just for a quick reference. Just because I'm not a professional doesn't mean I can't pretend. I gotta do what I can here. Alright, we got a Consortium Star Viper, which is a command unit, and in the space. In space, in the air, I meant, but there's no air in space. Anyway, okay, it's Restore. So while you have the initiative, unit gains Restore 2, that's pretty good. I've got a Death Trooper with Vigilance and Villainy. When played, deal 2 damage to a friendly ground unit and 2 damage to an enemy ground unit. So that's... actually, that can work for some because there are some units that have on-death trigger effects that you might want to get into. So that can synergize pretty well. Cantina Braggart. Raid 2, this gets +2/+0 while attacking. So it's a very cheap card. It will not do any damage when it's defending, but on attack it's pretty good. That is a... aggression card. Vanguard Infantry, you may give experience token, an experience token to a unit on when it's defeated. So again, with that Death Trooper, those can work together as long as your leader has the command. Alliance X-Wing, you saw that one. Let's move this up a little bit. Bounty Hunter Crew. We've got Ambush, so it can ready and attack a player after it is played. And when played, you may return an event card from a discard pile to its owner's hand. Very cool. So that is a 6 cost. That's a big one. That's pretty big. Restock. Choose up to 4 cards in a discard pile. Put them on the bottom of the owner's deck in a random order. So some recursion. That might be pretty handy. Mining Gold TIE Fighter. I've never seen that before. On attack, you may pay 2, and if you do, draw a card. Oh, we've got some card draw in the cunning aspect there. Oh, here we got a hyperspace of a gorilla attack pod. It has grit, which is... I forget what grit means. If a base has 15 or more damage on it, ready this unit. So this is going to come in pretty late in the game anyway as a 6 cost. But yeah, that's awesome. We got the TIE Advanced Fighter, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. Distant Patroller, you may give a shield token to a Vigilance unit when it's defeated. Oh, another Hyperspace event. You get to draw 2 cards. Each opponent whose base you've damaged this phase discards 2 cards from their hand. That's incredibly good. So that's an aggression card. And then here we got Gideon Hask. When an enemy unit is defeated, give an experience token to a friendly unit. That's not even on your turn. That's just anytime an enemy unit is defeated. That's going to be wild. So that is a Vigilance card. I might be trying to go red-blue here. There are a lot of really cool cards here. Another Repair, which is our Hollow. So heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Very good, very good. Anyway, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I have not seen anything, so I'm experiencing this new with you guys. And I still love these paper packs. Oh, we have a... Is the last leader hyperspace? No. So this is a hyperspace leader. It's got you can tell hyperspace because it's got those saturated line work on the edges there. I'm sorry if I sound a little congested. Allergies are kicking my butt. As an action attack with a unit, if you control more units than the defending player, the attacker gets +1/+0 for the attack. So kind of an opposite of Jane Urso here. So I'm going to set him right there. And then we've got the Dagobah Swamp. Very nice. And on the back, we've got an experience token there. We got another repair. A Wampa. Overwhelm. Trample. When it deals excess damage, it goes to the base. Super Laser Technician. That's a good one. Cloud City Wingguard has Sentinel. Spec Force Soldier. A unit loses Sentinel for this phase when played. That's very good. That'll get around a lot of stuff. Steadfast Battalion is a unit. It's got Overwhelm, and on attack, if you control a leader unit, give a friendly unit +2/+2 for this phase when this attacks. So it gives another thing. So it could be your leader. You give +2/+2. That's pretty gnarly. I like it. Outer Rib Headhunter gets +1 while attacking from the raid, and on attack, if you control a leader unit, you may exhaust a non-leader unit. Some control there in Cunning. Snow Trooper Lieutenant, when played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial, you get +2/+0. We saw that in the starter decks. Snapshot Reflexes. For 1, this is an upgrade. When played, you may attack with the attached unit, and that's a +1/+1. We've got Ambush. After you play this unit, it can ready and attack an enemy unit. When you play an event, you may deal 2 damage to a unit. That's pretty good. Hardpoint Heavy Blaster. Attached to a vehicle unit. So this is an upgrade that is for vehicles that we haven't seen before. Attached unit gets on attack. If this unit isn't attacking a base, you may deal 2 damage to a unit in the defender's arena. Nice. So extra, that's basically turning a vehicle into Vader. That's pretty wild. Each friendly unit for this event, Rallying Cry, gets Raid 2. They get +2 while attacking. For the entire phase. For a cause I believe in, which is an event. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck for each heroism card revealed this way. Deal 1 damage to an enemy base. You may discard any of the revealed cards and put the rest back on top of your deck in any order. Oh, not bad. And then, the Force is with me. Oh, we've got Donnie Yen. Say 4 with Vigilance and Heroism. Choose a friendly unit and give 2 experience tokens to it. If you control a Force unit, also give a shield token to the chosen unit. And you may attack with the chosen unit. That's a lot. That's a lot. Very cool. Alright. Next. Let's see if this is... Wasn't a whole lot easier to open that way. It's paper. It's not that big a deal. Alright, again, we've got the IG-88 as the leader. Catacombs of Kadera. We've got a Cargo Juggernaut. Shielded. When you play this unit, give a shield token to it. That's really good on entry. And if you control another Vigilance unit, heal 4 damage from your base. Yikes. Yikes. That's awesome. Keep Fighting. It's a red event. Ready a unit with 3 or less power. Escort Skiff. When you control another command unit, this unit gains Ambush. Vigilant Honor Guards. You saw this one in the precons. We've got Jeddah Agitator. It's a Saboteur, so it goes around shields and Sentinel. And on attack, if you control a leader unit, deal 2 damage to a ground unit or a base. Not bad. Alliance Dispatcher. For an action, play a unit from your hand. it costs 1 less. That's not half bad. That's a command in heroism. And then Lothal Insurgent. When you play this card, you may play. If you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card, then discards a random card from their hand. Now, if anybody's wondering why it says each opponent instead of your opponent, there is going to be a multiplayer format called Twin Suns, I believe is the name, where up to 4 people, I think 4 is the max right now. They might add more, but anyway, it's a format where you have 2 different leaders. You build a deck of 80, and it is a singleton format. So that will be, we could probably test something like that out during this event. I'm not sure.
Running an event on Saturday, March 9th at 5 p.m. for Twin Suns.
Oh, March 9th on Saturday, same time, same place, if you want to try Twin Suns. And that's when we'll have all the booster boxes available for sale, if we're not able to give anything out in the meantime. But yeah, so you guys can build decks. Again, everybody's going to be on the same page. Everybody's at the same kind of experience and card level, unless you get really lucky with your packs. But yeah, anywho, let's see. When you play this card, if you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card and then discards a random card from their hand. Alright, we've got Confiscate for 1. You just defeat an upgrade. Get out of there. Get those lightsabers out of there. Swoop Racer, just a very simple 4/3 for 3. The Force is with me. Outmaneuver, choose an arena, grounder space, exhaust each unit in that arena. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. It's the Cunning. Admiral Pete. We've got Redemption. It's an 8 cost. My goodness. This is a Vigilance and Heroism card. It has Sentinel as a 6/9. When played, heal up to 8 total damage from any number of units or bases. Deal that much damage to this unit. Oh, I see. That's pretty cool, but it's up to. So you can choose to do that or you cannot. This is kind of one of those cards where, yeah, you don't want to let the Vigilance players get that far into the game. once they've got about 7 or 8 resources, you need to start focusing them down. Vanguard Infantry is our hollow. Or our foil. When defeated, you may give an experience token to a unit. We're only halfway through these packs. This is a lot. This is great. We've got Chirrut Imwe. Imwe? Sorry, I don't know. Wait, is this the Donnie character? I only watched Rogue One once. For an action, give a unit +0, +2 for this phase. It's a little bit more defensive. It's what Vigilance kind of does, though. Got the Echo Base. There's a command base. Snow Sweeper, seen that one before. Resilient, I've seen that one before as well. Death Star Stormtrooper Academy Training is an upgrade. It's just +2/+2. Very cool. Scout Bike Pursuer has Grit. Okay, so Grit is this unit gets +1 for every damage counter on it. So before we had a Grit card that did that as well. Cell Block Guard, we've seen that one before. ISB Agent, when played, you may reveal an event from your hand, and if you do 1 damage to a unit. Not too bad. We've got a Corellian Firefighter, or Freyfighter, sorry. It's got Sentinel. Oh, we've got a Hyperspace Rare, a Volunteer Soldier with Raid 1. Where is your aspect? I'm blind. Am I blind?
Could be colorless.
Is that a thing? Do they have colorless cards? Maybe they have colorless cards. I don't. Have I? Oh,
It's a volunteer.
Yeah, I've seen.
No sides.
Same with this one. Okay, all right. I did not know that there could be colors. That's very good for this format, for the pre-release. If you control a trooper unit, this unit costs 1 less to play. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Fighters for Freedom. It's got Saboteur, so it goes around shields and Saboteur. And when you play another aggression card, you may deal 1 damage to a base. Not bad. Devotion. Attached unit gains Restore 2. So this is an upgrade. And it's +1/+1. It's very good. That's some artwork. Look at that face. Looks like the Lonely Island. Right there. You may discard a Cunning card from your hand instead of paying this event's cost. Exhaust the unit and return each upgrade on it to its owner's hand. That's a good reset card. And you're going to have more than enough opportunities to use that, or reason to use that, rather. Emperor's Royal Guard. While you control an official unit, this unit gains Sentinel. And while you control Emperor Palpatine as a leader or a unit, this gets +0/+1. That's alright. That's alright. Make an opening. Give a unit -2/-2 for this phase. Heal damage from your base. I'm assuming this is the same as in Magic. If something loses all of its toughness that way, then it is destroyed. Not 100% on that, but that should be how it works. Oh, yes, we got Chewie. Chewbacca. For an action, play a unit that costs 3 or less from your hand. Paying its cost, it gains Sentinel for this phase. Alright. So just kind of eats some damage, and that's a, the other side of that, that's a 2/9. He's huge. He himself has Sentinel and Grit, so he gets +1 for every damage counter on him. That's awesome. That is awesome. So we got a capital city for our base. We got Rebel Pathfinder. I think we've seen that. It's just got Saboteur, Make an Opening, Cantina Braggart, Consortium Star Viper, Death Trooper, Wampa, Viper Probe Droid, Bounty Hunter Crew. It has Ambush, and when played you may turn an event from your discard pile, to its owner's hand. That's not bad at all. That's okay. I got Restock, Hardpoint Heavy Blaster, Rallying Cry. Each friendly unit gets Raid 2 for this phase. Very good. The Ghost. When you play this unit, give a shield to it. And then, when played and on attack, you may give a shield token to another Spectre unit. Alright, and so that's right there in the card type. Spark of Rebellion. Look at the opponent's hand and discard a card from it. That's really good. And then Wolf. Has Saboteur, and when played and on attack, bases can't be healed for this phase. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And we got the last pack here before we start looking through what cards we might want to put together. Alright, for our final leader, which I might go with, I kind of liked some of the villainy cards, but here is an Aggression Heroism card. For its action, Sabine Wren deals 1 damage to each base. Let's see, she is a Mandalorian, and on attack deal 1 damage to each base. She's a 2/5. Not too terrifying, but that's a pretty good effect. Fits into the aggression. Then Ketstro City, if you want some aggression in your deck. Super Laser Technician, Alliance X-Wing, Repair. We've seen a lot of these. 1st Legion Stormtrooper, Vanguard Infantry, Cloud City Wingguard, Snapshot Reflexes. When played, you may attack with the attached unit. Did I play this? Did I see this one? Anyway, it is an upgrade with +1/+1. So you play it, and then you get to attack at the same time. This is in the Luke Precon. That's the Asteroid Sanctuary. Snowtrooper Lieutenant. Seen that before. Snuggling compartment. Ooh. Smuggling compartment. Attached to a vehicle unit. Attached unit gains on attack, ready a resource. That is very good. So it's a +1/+1, and you get extra resources for your turn. Very nice. Admiral Pete. Force Throw. Choose a player. That player discards a card from their hand. Then, if you control a force unit, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the cost of the discarded card. That could be pretty wild. But they're choosing. That player discards a card from their hand. You can't choose it. That could have been way crazier. But for 1, that's not bad at all. Lando Calrissian as a fringe unit, fringe official. Saboteur. And when played, return up to 2 friendly resources to their owner's hands. 2 friendly resources to their owner's hands? What does friendly resource mean? Anyway, I'm guessing that just means resources. That's really mean, though. That is incredibly mean. Sets people back. Oh, and we've got a foil hyperspace ISB agent. Not too shabby. All right, I'm gonna look through these real quick and see what I can come up with, and I'll be right back with the deck that I'm thinking about. All right, I've gotten a rough idea for what I wanted to do. So initially, I'm going through the cards, right, and I'm figuring out what cards look fun to me. What's my playstyle? What do I want to do? And that tended to be the aggression and the vigilance cards. I don't know how well they're going to synergize. All I know is that they do really cool stuff, and I want to wrap that all into one. So what I chose, I liked the villains a little bit more than the heroes in this case, though Sabine Wren is a very, very cool unit. I do like having more damage. IG-88, he's going to give me the aggression and the villainy, and then Capital City is going to give me the vigilance. So I'm not going to have any penalty for doing anything beyond that. What I've got here is a few events. I decided to pick the Rallying Cry, the Keep Fighting, Force Throw, Make an Opening, Force Surrender, Resilient Confiscate, and some repairs. Just so doing kind of what blue does, keeping myself alive while also doing more damage with my units. And dealing a little bit more damage. So hopefully that'll help this deck stay kind of ahead of the curve on that kind of stuff. Also, speaking of curves, it's got a lot of 3s, 2s, and 1 of the Forced Surrender kind of as an endgame thing there. Normally you'd want to have a little bit more, but this is pre-release and we can't really... Beggars can't be choosers. Same thing here, I got a bunch of 1s in here with the Cantina Brawler, Death Stormtrooper, all this stuff. I threw in some Sentinels, some Grit, stopping anybody else from healing. If Wolf is doing anything, if I ever want to heal, then I just don't attack with him. But as soon as I do, nobody else can heal for that whole phase. So I can get a little bit of control in there. And then the Death Stormtrooper, got some Sentinels in here. And then what I really wanted, so these are all 1 through 3. I'm not sure how that's going to play out with having so many in there. But we also need our space units. And I might want to rethink this at some point, but I've only got 2 space units, which means that yeah, I either take people out before they can hit me in the air, or I would go back and keep that in mind. I wasn't thinking about that, but we are on a time limit, so you kind of just have to roll with it. But that's something that I think that you guys should keep in mind when coming in here. Make sure that you have ground units and space units when you're making this. But I really wanted Gideon Hask. He was kind of the crux of why I wanted vigilance and why I chose to go with villainy, because he seems like a really good card. Every time something is defeated, you just put an experience token on a friendly unit. That's really, really good in my opinion. Only one I might have wanted to put resupply in on one of these, and then Cargo Juggernaut as a 6. So yeah, a little bit of the fewer stuff here. Actually have a few more space units, I think. Yeah, we got a space unit there, and just there. So a little bit light in that area, but this is a 30 card deck. Just to be able to play with this with my leader and my base and just kind of go to town. You can always put in more. As it said, it is a minimum of 30 cards. If you want to put in some more, I could always like go through here and pick some more space units, you know, if I wanted to make sure that I'm not completely caught without anything up in the air. But I don't think I actually drew a whole lot in the colors that I'm working with, so bummer. In any case, though, that's it for the video. Again, you get these really cool special promo Luke and Vader. If you're interested in just staying with them, you could just do Luke and Vader. I could honestly I would probably go with Vader instead and keep him going so that I could keep doing damage to people and also have the colors that I want. Or I could have gone Luke and gone with a red base if I wanted that color combination. It's just so much. The deck building is going to get really crazy and really, it's just going to be a good time. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I hope that you guys are showing up to these events and that you're a little bit more prepared with this out in the ether. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you soon. We'll see you in the next one or on Saturday.